for you. Can you be my number one on that stupid thing to get me recognition?
Radvajan Holdings proudly presents War Week Radio with 5-decade fight trainer, Coach James Gogue.
Well, thank you, Pat Summerall. We appreciate it. And guys, we have so much to discuss, and we're going to pick the brain of, well, a gentleman who is one of the sharpest knives in the boxing drawer, the incomparable Coach James Gogue. James, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good. Just had a little local club show here in where I'm from in Leon, Mexico. Oh, some great fights, man. My guy Michi Munoz, the promoter. Oh yeah, he put on some real good fights. The guys had to earn their victories, and there were a lot of there were 3 violent knockouts. One guy had to almost go to the hospital on a stretcher, and the other 2 that got knocked out. Yeah, they were on the canvas. They were they were laying on the ring for a good 10-15 minutes. And the other fights, like I said, they're real competitive. There were a few duds out there, man. Like what the hell? I looked at them like, what the fuck is this? But I saw Mickey Bay there. The former IBF lightweight champion. He's making a comeback, and he got a little easy tune-up against some guy, man. He handled easy, and he told me, he just want to go for one more run, a year and a half, and he's been training fighters the last 5 years. He told me, he was working with Haney, for a few years, 2 or 3 years. Then he started working with other fighters, but he's in Vegas and everything. He was telling me, man, you need to take my guys up there, because he was telling me all the great sparring they got there, and he goes, the gym he trains at, it's like 10 yards away from Solis's gym. And he told me within walking distance, 3 to 5 minutes, there's 10 other gyms. The Mayweather gym, pound for pound. Yeah, he was telling me all these gyms are just bunched up together in Vegas, man. I didn't know that. I haven't been there in a while. Yeah, he said that's the spot with, a lot of good sparring over there, man. Because you know how good you could get, how better your fighters get with good sparring, like we were talking about with Milanecki, with Ronnie's guy. And you were telling me Ronnie's got all those top 154 pounders over there. So, just sparring them guys, he's going to get better. Like Bay was telling me, man. I know Mick since the amateur days when he was he was a top dog in 2004. And I seen a talented kid from Cleveland. He trained in the Kronk gym, Manuel Stewart's Kronk gym from Cleveland back then. And through the years, shit. I mean, he sparred everybody. God, we went through a list of all the fighters he sparred, Joe, or and got good work with, from Sean Porter to the Charlos, to you name it, man. Champions and top level fighters, man. The last 20 years. Oh my God, man. In Vegas, he was telling me, yeah, I sparred him. He goes, yeah, I used to spar Sean Porter all the time, go 8-10 rounds with him, man. I'm like, what? Really? He goes, yeah. I go, yeah, the Charlo brothers too, man. I sparred them guys. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, he told me, he told me it was funny. I was watching Jack Catterall just today. And I was sparring him a few years ago, whooping his ass. Yeah. Yeah. Mick. I mean, hey Joe, what I'm trying to say, man, I can't, man, we just went through so many names. He sparred, man. Golly. I mean, you're talking about world champions and, top of the line, world-class talent. And I was telling Bay, I said, look, Bay, you can't buy that experience. Okay. That, you can't learn that shit on watching YouTube. Okay. You got to go through it. You got to live through it. So it's in your DNA, all that experience and all that knowledge you got, man, sparring all them guys, man. Oh, and Bay is a very sharp boxing guy. Okay. Cause, we spent a good hour talking about boxing, and he's got that old school mentality. He's a very, very smart, educated guy, from the bad experiences he made, and just being in the business and everything. And he even tried his hat on being a promoter, and he goes, "Oh my God,
Yep.
oh my God, oh Jesus, man, it was worst experience of my life." And you know what he told me? You know what he told me, Joe, about being a trainer?
Let's hear it.
He goes, "Oh man, being a trainer is so much harder than being a fighter. Oh, fighting is a lot easier." He told me. Yeah.
Wow. I tell you what.
But Joe,
go ahead, sir.
Joe,
go ahead.
just all the guys that he sparred, man. That's the kind of work. What I'm trying to say, if you're a young upcoming guy coming up, try to get as much work with world-class fighters, world champions as you can, because you're only going to get better. I know it's not a fight, but you're going against top-level guys that are going to push you, okay? Push you where, you're gonna ascend up the levels, and you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna learn so much stuff. You're gonna grow as a fighter, especially a young guy. A lot of fucking coaches nowadays, man, they're scared to spar. Okay, when I had Diego Corrales, a top amateur, his dad took him to me. 14 years old, he was sparring world champions and top 10 guys. By the time he was 16, I used to say that on the show a lot. They didn't hold back. They couldn't hold back, or Diego would take it to their ass. Oh yeah. But the thing is, that's why Diego even told me that. By the time when he moved to Vegas, okay, because he got in some trouble in Sacramento, he told me, man. Yeah, man, it was easy sparring all them top level guys in Vegas, man. He goes, it was easy because I said, yep, all that top sparring I got you in Sacramento against with sparring, all the champions. He goes, yep. That's why he was able to become champion at 21 years old, so young, because of that experience. Nowadays, you got motherfucking coaches, like, I don't want to mention their names. I know one guy, he's got two sons are real good. I said, hey, bring them up here. My guys will give you guys some good work. They're scared to, they don't want to spar their amateurs with top level pros. And I said, man, I swear you guys are gonna get better. Fuck, you're only sparring amateurs, man. Them guys ain't gonna get you. You got to spar top quality pros. When you're a top level amateur like his kids are, you spar with top level pros. I used to do that with my amateurs, and when I lived in Texas, coming up, I used to spar with the top pros. And that's how De La Hoya, when he was coming up, he sparred every badass in LA. Yeah. Yep. In the amateurs. That's why he was able to, what do you call it, Joe? When he be a highly successful amateur. And when he turned pro, they were able to move him fast, so he became champion in a year and a half. So there's no substitute, man. I don't want to mention the coach's name, man, but he's very what do you call it? He's afraid of amateurs sparring the pros. Man, I'm like, man, get the fuck. Yeah, that's the way they're going to learn. That's the way they're going to grow. That's the way their confidence is going to build up. But anyway, yeah, I just had to give you guys, especially you young guys out there, man. Don't be scared. You got to get out. You got to get out of your you got to take your motherfucking diapers off. Get out of your comfort level and start sparring some badass pros. Okay. That's the way you're going to get better. And me, I'm always looking for the best sparring, man. I a lot of guys over here in Leon, these pussies, man, they don't want to get that work. But me, I ain't got a problem, man, going to get that work, man. And when I go into the other gyms, the coach goes, how many rounds you want to spar? I go 8 to 10. They look at me like that many? Say, yep. Let's do it, baby. You know what I mean? But you man, so, a lot of fighters, man, you sparring amateurs only get you better. You still, you stay an amateur, but you start sparring good pros, man. You'll see how good you could get, especially if you got a good trainer that knows how to develop you and take you to the next levels. Sparring pros. But anyway, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. On the fights yesterday and the fights coming up. But I just had to give you a little introduction. See, everybody coaches talk about development of the fighters, but nine out of 10 of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't understand how to develop a fighter. Okay. All right. And this is one step I like to do. Just develop young guys. Okay. Or if you're a good amateur prospect that could become a good pro prospect. I spar top level pros, man. My guys can handle it, man. Trust me, man. But anyway, that's we talk about the development of a fighter. See, as a coach, you got to understand the developmental process of a fighter, and a lot of them, unfortunately, not they don't understand this shit. Okay, they don't. They don't understand, and that's why their fighter stays average, normal. Okay, they don't develop they don't develop their to their fullest potential.
And there it is, guys. And James knows. Now, once
Yep.
again, one of the reasons why we love James Gogue on this show, not only is he going to educate you on the X's and O's of boxing, but on the business side as well. He's done it all. He's helped promote events. He's helped be matchmaker. He's helped, he's been a manager of several fighters as
Yep.
well. He can take you. He knows exactly what course of action to take from the amateurs all the way to the championship level.
And at the grassroots level, Joe, with the little kids,
Yep.
man. I used to train 10, 11 year little kids when I was younger and everything. So
Well,
I understand
how
that.
old was Diego Corrales when you first got him?
Shit, his dad took it to me when he was 14.
There
Yeah.
it is. There
Because
it
I
is,
told
guys.
the dad, I said, man, look, man, one day I walked into their gym. They were training at Sacramento Pal. I said, man, your son ain't gonna get no better sparring these guys. He's dominating, man. And he looked at me and he was thinking the same. I said, you need to spar top level pros. If your son wants to get better, you know who I got in my gym over there? And I had all the badasses, man, all the champions, all the top 10 guys. I go put them in there. I go, Ray, they'll work with them, but as he gets older, as he gets more acclimated, I even told him by the time he's 16, they ain't gonna hold back. And was I right? Was I so right, man? When Ray seen it when he was 16, sparring Tony Lopez, Willie Jordan, Richard Duran, all these top level.
Jordan. Woo!
Yeah, these guys were world champions or number one contenders. Yeah, and Diego was handling them like no big deal. And he was 16, and Ray saw it. And right then and there, I said, "Okay, Ray, you see what I mean? Your son has the ability to go all the way, but that's what. But that's what I was saying to myself. I told Ray that too, and he knew it. Yeah, Ray. Yeah, without Ray, Ray was his coach. Ray, his stepdad, hard nosed guy like me, and he said, "Yeah, let's do it." So he'd bring him in all the time, man, and I'd help him. Yeah.
There it is, guys. There it is. Before we move forward, guys, let's say hello to our dear friends in the chat because we have a lot of ground to cover, guys. First up, my brother Jay Pylon. I just met him this evening, guys. Very insightful. Please, Jay, if you can, when you're still in the chat, please list and put the link to or at least the name, to your YouTube channel. We want everyone here to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Very insightful. I just met him on my brother, The Boxing Source, and I just had a very, very interesting chat. I only wish I got to converse with you one-on-one a lot more, or at least with James as well. Oh boy. And forgive me, Big James, for being the hothead that I always am. My apologies, guys, but it made for a very interesting show. Please go check it out in case you missed it right as soon as we're finished. Also, my brother Jesus M. Saludos to you, my brother. Thank you for always supporting the coach. Also, my brother G Funky Boxing. Thank you for always being here, sir, and supporting the coach. And yes, greetings, Joseph and the coach Gogue.
What's up?
Goat. Yes, sir. And guys, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to my brother G Funky Boxing. Great, great boxing and great addition to this business. You're a credit to the business as well as the sports. Here to there. Thank you for supporting the coach on this day. And thank you. Welcome from across the pond, sir. Jesus M says, Coach, were you on the Zanfer card with Diego Torres?
No. It's a little club show my buddy does. The local promoter here. He does like one a month over here. Zanfer was that card was, I think it was in Tijuana. They had Azabachi. My friend of mine and his brother fought on the card. I think they both won. Yeah.
And there it is. There it is. I tell you what, Boxing Source. Yours must have been burning. We were just talking about you. Guys, if you haven't already, please go bookmark theboxingsource.net and please go subscribe to my brother James, the Boxing Source. And we've got a great show lined up for you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be interviewing Andreas Katz, who's going to be featured on DAZN in the main event. This is the conclusion of the big 154-pound tournament, and I've got a special guest on tap for all of you guys. Oh, you're going to love it. God bless you, brother, and thank you for joining us, James, and thank you for your hospitality, even though I went off, man. But God bless you, man. Thank you for everything, James. Also, my brother, Sly Tendencies. Woo! Thank you for joining us, sir. Coach plus Joe. Deadly combination. I'll tell you what. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. Sly says this. Coach, why did Joe Goosen tell Diego to, you better get effing inside on him now, after the 2 knockdowns in the 10th against Jose Luis Castillo?
Well, he had to go out there and get his attention, get his respect. He had to, because what is it? Luis Castillo had the momentum, after them 2 knockdowns. So he had to go in there and get his respect, get his attention, hurt him, okay, to change the tide of the fight. And it worked, okay? Yep. He wanted him. You got to get inside and hurt this guy. Change the tide of the fight, okay? And it did. It worked. He ended up knocking out Castillo. One of the greatest fights I've ever saw. One of the greatest rounds I've ever saw. Oof. I know. Hey, Diego, man, I know that dude had heart and balls. When he was small, man, he was like that. Sparring my guys, you know what I mean? At 14, 15, 16 years old and holding himself against world champions and, top 10 fighters. I knew, hey, man, he had it in him. Yeah,
absolutely, man. The heart of a champion. God rest your soul, Diego Chico Corrales. Tell you what, and yes, Sly has the ID. Please, guys, hit the like button. And Jay, you know what, brother? It was a real pleasure, and you're more than welcome and invited to come back on another edition of War Week Radio Chats, brother. It's very, very good to have met you. And G Funky says Sacramento, pal in Oak Park. Yes.
Yep.
And he also says,
is it still open?
Please list, G Funky, if it's still open. Willie Jorn, Guillermo Jorn from West Sacramento. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I trained Willie for the last 3 years of his amateur and first 18 pro fights. Yeah, before I moved to Texas.
And there it is. And my brother, Robert Zen Gonzalez, prize fighter. I'll tell you what, going to be making his pro debut very soon. Great to see you, man, on the chat. And thank you for supporting the coach, my brother. I'll tell you what, let's start off, guys, with a first of this.
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for fact or fiction.
Thank you, Floyd. Appreciate it. Number 1. Oh boy! And once again, there's a reason why we love Coach on this channel. Once again, there would be no War a Week boxing without Coach Gogue, without his involvement. I would just pack it in and not do it anymore. Because Coach is going to educate you on everything, the business, what goes on in the ring, the whole 9 yards, guys. So here it is, number 1, with an estimated audience of more than 20 million fans worldwide, illegally streaming the Fury Usyk super fight. Turki Al-Sheikh is now having serious thoughts of pulling Saudi's investment in boxing. Fact or fiction, sir?
Shit, if I lost that kind of money, I'd say it with a big fucking middle finger. Fuck you. Take that. Look, Joe, the way you combat this shit is you got to make it closed circuit, okay? That's the only way. But then you'll find out who the real fans are that are willing to pay to go watch it at a closed circuit place. Like in the old days, I remember 85, Hagler Hearns. Oh, my God. The buildup for that fight was intense. It was like a Super Bowl event. The week of the fight, every day, that stories were being written in all newspaper, all major, mainstream magazines, newspapers. It was on all the radio talk shows, all the news outlets were covering the fight. I'm not talking about the sports section. I'm talking about the opening event, the opening story covering that fight. It was such a big hype for that fight. You know what I mean? Because both guys Both guys guaranteed a knockout. Okay, they were going for the knockout, and everybody knew it was going to be a violent fight. So in Sacramento, the place to watch it was the Memorial Auditorium. Don Chargan's what do you call it? Main number one place to go to when he did fights back in the days, and it was fucking jam packed, man. It was jam like a fight. They had big screens on the floor. It was like a fight. But that's the only place you can see it. You can't watch it and try to scramble it. Nah. So they got to change the technology. They got to come up with some technology to block all this shit, or it's going to keep happening. And guess what? A lot of people, because of camera and technology, Joe, they'll film it and they'll show it on their Facebook Live page or Twitter Live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, guys, you've got to, and Coach Gogue has the right idea. You've got to change the culture. We're going to try and do that in San Antonio in my very first War a Week boxing promotion with AAA Promotions and Robert Tapia Promotions as well. We're going to try to change the culture and give everyone that closed circuit feel environment. We're going to be showcasing several of our superstars in San Antonio, as well as showing the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight at the same venue. On July 20th, we're also going to be featuring my son's band, Roshi. So it's going to be an evening of world-class boxing entertainment, plus music, and much, much more, guys. That's going to be on July 20th. Expect the announcement very soon, with tickets going on sale within the next couple weeks. So I want to thank you guys for being a part of that if you're in South Texas. But you know what? This is a huge problem, Gogue. Now, once again, when you start bleeding not just tens of millions, it's estimated that Turki Al-Sheikh lost over $100 million with this promotion.
Yeah. Well,
so what's the solution? Because once again, guys, it seems to be just getting worse. Now, once again, you talked about, well, look, it was front page news when Hagler versus, you say Leonard or Hearns?
Hearns.
Yep, Hagler Hearns was front page. Now, did you see any ink after Fury Usyk took care of business? And it was an instant classic, guys. That event delivered on a critical level. It just crickets on the commercial level. No one purchased it.
Nobody gave a shit about that fight in the States. They're not American. They cared about Hagler Hearns because everybody knew who the fuck they were, because they always fought on network TV back then. They were well known to the mainstream public, okay, because of their, what do you call it, consistency on fighting on network TV and being on all the talk shows and everything. You know what I mean? They were mainstream stars, man. Hagler, yeah, shit. And Hearns, Leonard, Duran, everybody knew who the fuck they were. So, and back then, like I said, there was no pay-per-view. You had to go to closed circuit. You had to go pay $25. That was that back then, Joe. $25 that they charge you back then. Just to go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's when it was a hot ticket, and that's when mainstream media outlets covered it. I remember with Hagler being featured before that fight on Good Morning America the Friday before.
So did Tommy Hearns.
So was Tommy Hearns. I remember that vividly, brother.
Hagler, Hearns, yeah.
Yep, I remember them both on Good Morning America.
This fight was highly anticipated by mainstream America, okay? The casual fan. They wanted this. Every sports fan, whether you follow football, basketball, the NBA, NFL, everybody wanted to see it. All the athletes, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. Yeah, the coaches, Jimmy Johnson, Cowboy coach, he even went to that fight. He said, yeah. But anyway, that's how anticipated this fight was, man. Yeah, but
So while everyone was they were participating in their big press conference over in Saudi Arabia. Guess where the mainstream media outlets were? Covering the big press conference between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul in New York.
Yeah, because they're American, okay? They don't.
Yep.
They care about that. They don't give a shit about fucking Usyk or Fury. They're not from this country, man. So
yep, that's a big problem, guys. And once again, if everyone's fighting in Saudi Arabia, Coach, how do you build attractions in America?
You don't.
Yep.
No, that print, whatever that a sheik guy, Turkey guy, whatever. What's his name? I don't know his name. No disrespect. What's the name?
Turkey al-Sheikh.
Yeah, no disrespect. I just not good with names. But anyway, he's coming to LA. Okay. They're doing a big fight with that August card. Now that's a good one. That's a good one. I got to give him props for that and everything. So that's a start. But yeah, you gotta if you want the big fights, you can't have it in Saudi Arabia. You gotta have it come over here in America, baby. That's when the fans, that's when they'll get interested. They're not interested in the fight, damn near, all the way around the world in 12 different time zones. Nah, man, they wanna see fights over here, man. You know what I mean? So, but he lost 100 million. He lost 100 million.
Yeah. Now after this. Now, once again, it's common knowledge, and guys, go read all about it. And my brother, James from the Boxing Source, he's about to write an article about this, but we'll talk briefly about it, right? We won't really go into it. But what are the chances of Turkey al-Sheikh spending Saudi government funding to support PBC, Coach? What is the likelihood of that happening after losing over $100 million with this event?
I don't think he's that stupid. Okay.
So that leaves us to number 2, Coach. Fact or fiction, sir? With Canelo's pay-per-view numbers falling way short of expectation, PBC's final event on Amazon Prime will be on June 15th, and they will be forced to go OOB out of business. Fact or fiction, sir?
If they can't get a money guy that Al, if Al can't find a money guy, how the hell are you going to stay in business? Yeah. Good riddance. Good riddance. Fuck them.
Coach, now this is a serious problem because
it ain't my problem, Joe. I don't give a fuck. Guys come and go on, Joe. Guys come and go on boxing. I've seen guys come and go on boxing. Oh, for the last 40 years, I've been in this shit. There's always somebody new that comes up, okay? Dan Goose, I remember back in the days, the big four, Cedric, main events, King and Aram, okay? Then all of a sudden, Dan Goose, joins the party, started his company with Matt Tinley, and they got TV dates. That's what made him relevant with Fox Sports Network, the Fox Sports Network, okay? Okay, they lasted 5 years, okay? Then next thing you know, somebody else came in. I mean, Sugar Ray came into the business, okay? He lasted 2 years. I mean, Gary Shaw came in there. He had a good run when he had dates with Showtime. There's always somebody. Al got in here. His time is almost up. The real ones, the real players have longevity. Guys like Aram, 50 years because they do the right things that makes their company relevant and profitable. Okay. Year after year after year, 50 plus years. Chargan, 65 years in the business, okay? All right? He rarely lost money, okay? The last 20, 25 years, I can't recall him losing money. I knew when he was coming up, he had some, he took some hickeys, but he learned from them. King, okay, he's gone, okay? I mean, come on, Joe, I could give a shit. These guys, they go, somebody else to come up, man. That's the way the business is, man.
Well, I tell you what, we better hope. We better hope. And look, let's just face it, guys. How many events have they had since Showtime actually folded? Yanked their investment from boxing. How many? 2?
1. 2.
Yep.
2.
That's it. And this is going to be number 3, guys. Let's just face it. They're a non-factor right now.
Don't give a shit about Al Heyman, man. His time. He's on life support right now, man. Then I'm hearing, his health is not in good. condition. So, a combination of those factors, it doesn't look good for PBC.
Nope.
But hey, boxing, it's just like any corporate business out there. All them corporate, I don't know if you've been hearing about it, but Red Lobster and all these restaurants, closing shop or filing bankruptcy, it don't matter. Let them go. There's new ones are going to pop up. Okay. They'll be more innovative. Okay. But anyway, that's the way the boxing business is, man. The strong survive, the weak get weakened. All right.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you this then, going to the first part of this fact or fiction, Canelo's pay-per-view numbers only producing between 550 and 575,000 purchases on pay-per-view against a very popular Jaime Munguia.
I knew it, man. I called it. I said 500 to 750. I knew it wouldn't crack $1 million. Canelo had his best days. Okay, his best last pay-per-view, $1 million. He hit the $1 million plus mark against Golovkin, the second fight. After that, it's been all downhill. Okay, he hasn't hit $1 million mark. So he's, his star power is on the decline, just like his skills and ability. Okay, it happens in boxing, man. Yeah, he'll be irrelevant one. He'll be irrelevant one day.
So I'm going to ask you, Coach, can he afford? Can he still ask for that huge, steep $35 million guaranteed purse per fight?
He can ask, but are they going to? Who's stupid enough to give it? Okay.
Very well said, my friend. Moving on before we go to the main event. And this is number 3, fact or fiction. Ryan Garcia will not be suspended and will get to keep his W over Devin Haney, but will offer him a rematch that will take place later this year in Las Vegas. Fact or fiction?
Who knows, man? I was listening to Paul Malignaggi and Chris Algieri, on that Pro Box. They had some, them guys are good. What do you call it? Not only good announcers, but they're very knowledgeable on stuff I don't know about, like juice. And Algieri had to educate Malignaggi about how that shit works, and they were talking about microdosing and when you're off season, you're going max doping. But when you're getting ready for a fight, you start going in smaller supplements, so it doesn't come out in your blood. But they were talking about when you're losing weight, when you're microdosing, that stuff hides in your fat, and when you're losing weight, the fat starts burning, and it starts slipping into your blood. I don't know the science behind it, like Chris, because he has a master's degree in nutrition and all that shit. He can understand that, but and I started thinking, I said, you know what? That's why he got caught. They didn't get caught, during the middle of camp, but once he started and had to lose that weight and burning that fat, that's when that all that shit that it was hiding, the little what do you call it? Traces they found on that blood on his doping test came out. Okay. It wasn't big amounts; it was little amounts and everything. And that was the the reason behind it. They were saying, but I don't know enough about this shit. And should they do a rematch? Yeah, the fight's hot, man. You know what I mean? Just settle their differences, find a weight they can fight at, and they don't even need a fight for a title. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. This fight supersedes titles. Coach Gogue, can you think of right now a more popular fight that could happen in the American market, more popular than Garcia-Haney 2?
No, I can't think of none. Nope.
There it is, guys. There it is. That tells you everything you need to know. This may happen. And let me ask you one last thing, Coach, on this. If the New York State Athletic Commission does slap Ryan Garcia with a 6-month to a year suspension, if he is found guilty of this, liable for this, I should say, can he actually go to a different state athletic commission?
Hell no. Once you're suspended in one state, they honor it. All the other states honor it. Yeah, he can't go. Fuck no, man. Just let him live out a suspension. Hopefully it ain't long. and they can get his lawyers to negotiate what do you call it, the least amount of time possible, and and Devin Haney gets his loss turned to a no contest, and Ryan Garcia gets fined. You know what I mean?
Yep, the boxing equivalent of a plea bargain. That's it. We've seen it before.
Yeah, that's why you got lawyers, Joe. Your lawyers negotiate all that shit, man. You just you let the lawyers, be lawyers. Let them do their job. Yeah.
Yep, that's it, brother. That's it. Sly tendencies. Guilty dog barks the loudest. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Jesus M says, Coach, TV networks would rather pay the PGA golf for TV rights than boxing.
Yeah.
Golf is not enough action for me. But you know what? He's telling the truth, Coach.
Yeah. What do you think boxing is not on mainstream network TV? All right.
That's it.
Popularity has dwindled.
Yep.
Drastically.
So when you look at Amazon Prime paying the NFL over $1 billion just to show a Thursday night game, why do you think they're not paying Al Heyman anything for PBC?
Yeah, they're not stupid over there. All they got to do is look at their track record. That's all. 9, 10, I don't know how many television network dates that guy fucked up. Okay.
That's it.
I mean, the guy's he's a perennial loser when it comes to trying to get a network, a network series established. He's a perennial failure.
That's it. That's it, brother. Gus, welcome to the show, sir. And he says, Gogue, the greatest of all time. Yes, sir.
What up?
I agree. Gogue is the sharpest knife, one of the sharpest knives I've ever met in the boxing drawer. I tell you what, he is the Filipino Emmanuel Stewart, in my opinion. Chief of Boxing says, yes. Fun fact, guys, Hagler versus Hearns was on a Monday night. Do you remember, Coach? Is that what we have to do? Start staging these shows on off nights.
I would. I would.
So
man, Joe, fuck the work day. They got to work. If the fight's hot, it still would. I remember Ali. He would fight on when I was a kid growing up. Network TV, ABC. He would fight 6 or 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock because I lived on the West Coast. Around 6 o'clock, he would fight on mainstream network TV on a Monday, Tuesday, or whatever, Thursday, and the whole fucking neighborhood would be watching that damn fight. Yeah.
Yep. That's it, guys. That's it. And look, fun fact, guys, and this is something that Don Chargan taught us. The only reason why they used to stage fights on Mondays and Tuesday nights religiously, because they didn't have Ticketmaster back in the day in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Okay, they didn't have Ticketmaster. So they always depended on the bars and the restaurants to be their ticket outlets. And you don't dare bite the hands that feed you. Right?
I remember that Don used to he used to do. I remember Don. He used to do his club shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Yeah, there were his nights he used to do. I remember that, man. I used to go to the fights, man. I used to. I remember that vividly, man.
Yep. And what night was Milton Berle, the biggest show on TV, Friday? What show was the Honeymooners on? Biggest show on TV, Friday. So you didn't dare go up against Ralph Cramden or Uncle Milty. You had to stage it on Monday and Tuesday. That's it, guys.
Yep. I remember those days, man, when Don do them shows, man, in the 80s, man. I remember that the Memorial. You go on Tuesday, Wednesday, and have great fights here. Freddie against Bobby Chacon. Bobby Chacon against Art Frias. Oh, and just shit. I seen so many of them, man. Great fights over there. Fuck, I forgot so many of them.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Coach Gogue has forgotten more about boxing than we will ever know. And that's why we love him on this show. Chief Funky, the Iron Sheik. He might not have the longevity in combat sports that the Iron Sheik had. Khalid, welcome to the show, sir, and thank you for supporting the coach on this day. Hey, Joseph, you heard of the 5 versus 5 Turkey is putting together at the end of the year? With it being Mexico versus America, with Bud versus Canelo being the headliner. Look, I will say this. I will be very, very surprised if he wants to have anything more to do with boxing. If he loses similar dollars on June 1st as well as August 3rd, we will have a greater idea of what the future holds after those two events. So I'm telling you guys now, don't steal it. Tell your friends not to as well. Purchase this shit. If you think that any business is sustainable with everyone stealing the product, you're wrong. Do not steal this, guys, and tell everyone not to, because it affects everything. So I don't even want to talk about that, right? We'll see if he actually makes any money off of these next two events, and we'll have a greater idea what the future holds. But just, once again, notice this, though, guys. The closer we get to August 3rd, if he hasn't planned anything after that, the closer we approach August 3rd, that should tell you everything, right? Gogue, your final thoughts on this before we move forward?
Nothing I can say, man. That's his money, not mine. He's losing. That's his fucking problem, not mine.
And James, these efforts.
Yeah.
We love Coach Gogue, man, on this show. We love Coach.
That ain't my money.
Oh, boy.
But I give a shit. You know what I mean?
And there it is. There it is, guys. I tell you what, we're now coming up to the main event of the evening. Oh, boy. And, Coach, there is one heck of a, speaking of Turkey al-Sheikh, there's going to be one heck of a fight card this Saturday, June 1st in Saudi Arabia. And it's going to be headlined by Deontay Wilder versus the Big Bang Zhilei Zhang. It was originally supposed to be headlined, guys, by Arthur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol. Although Dmitry Bivol's still going to be on the card because Arthur Beterbiev suffered a torn meniscus. Now thrust in the headlining spot will be this gentleman, Deontay LaShawn Wilder. The Bronze Bomber comes into the ring at age 38, fights out of the orthodox stance, stands 6'7" tall in the center of the ring, fights behind an 83-inch reach from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, home of the Crimson Tide. He comes into the ring with a fine record of 43 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 42 big wins coming by way of knockout. Coach Gogue, what are the strengths and weaknesses of the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder?
Fuck Deontay Wilder, okay? He's shot. All right? And that's all I got to say about it. You got to, you know, if he has anything, you know, when you're a puncher like him, that's what you know, that's the last thing you lose. But he ain't got a chin. He looked like shit his last few fights. And how he's getting a fight with Zhilei, another payday after his last performances, fuck him. I could care less. And Zhang, once he lands that left hand, forget about it. Or that right hook, he's gonna knock out what's his name? Wilder. Yeah.
Well, there it is, guys.
There ain't no strengths and weakness about the guy. He's a shot fighter past his prime. He's lucky to be in this position to get a payday. You know what I mean?
Well, yep, and he's going to be taken on. Then the rattle up the tell the tape for Zhilei Zhang. He's going to be taken on at 41 years of age. The Big Bang Zhilei Zhang from China, from Zhukou, China, now training and residing in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Managed by the Lane brothers, he comes into the ring with a fine record of 26 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 21 big wins coming by way of knockout. Zhilei Zhang, you think he's a more complete fighter than Deontay Wilder?
He's not shot like Deontay Wilder, okay? And he can still hit with that left hand, that right hook. Once he gets that distance and gets close enough and doesn't get hit by that right hand of Wilder, fight's going to be over. Man, this fight is ain't nothing to talk about, man. Ain't nothing to, you know, to diagnose strength. This is the fucking first guy that lands, you know, their big punch is going to win. You know what I mean? And that Wilder, I don't know. He might prove me wrong, but the way he looked his last couple fights, he's shot. And once he gets hit by this guy, when Zhang gets his distance right, boom. and he ain't got to worry about stamina factors with Wilder. 'Cause Wilder, he ain't gonna put that pressure on you to get you tired, or he ain't gonna have a high work rate to tire out Zhang. But Wilder could punch though. Okay, that's one thing you don't lose. You might lose your chin, you might lose your reflexes, your balance, and all that shit. But one thing you keep as a punch when you're a puncher is your punching power. And if he hits his Zhang, yeah, he could be on his ass. Oh yeah, but Zhang is also a big puncher with that straight left hand right hook. Okay, so to me, the first is who's going to land first. Okay, all right, that's what's going to determine who wins this fight.
There it is.
It's going to be a fun fight to watch because it's going to be a knockout.
Well, it is the theater of the unexpected. Anything can and often does happen. But Coach Gogue, with his experience, his 5 decades of knowledge in this business, well, he doesn't see that happening, guys. He says this is a foregone conclusion pretty much. And he gives basically Deontay Wilder a puncher's chance in this. Tyco TV, welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for supporting the coach. He says, salute Coach Cody and Joseph Heron. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for supporting the coach on this. Say, Adam Hurley, welcome to the show, sir. He says, is that Gogue or Scully? Guys, this is the one and only Coach James Gogue. No one else like him in boxing or the entire world for that matter. Guys, I tell you what, honestly, boy, they broke the mold when they made him. There it is, and we're all the beneficiaries, guys. Tyco TV says, yeah, I'm good watching boxing Monday through Sunday. Any day works for me. Very good. Loss, welcome to the show, sir, and thank you for supporting the coach. He says, any thoughts, coach, before we move forward on the Giovanni Santillan fight with Norman Jr.? Hold that thought, guys, because we're going to get the final fact or fiction on this matter. We need Coach Gogue's official prediction on this. Number 4, fact or fiction. I think I know the answer of this, though, already. Deontay Wilder will prove his naysayers wrong by knocking out the Big Bang Zhilei Zhang on Saturday in Saudi Arabia. Fact or fiction, sir?
He always got that puncher's chance, so it wouldn't surprise me. You know what I mean? But can he catch? Can he catch as well? Can he catch it as well as he can deliver it? Okay, we'll see.
Oh boy, he's saying his chin may be made of not just glass, dust at this point,
garbage.
Guys.
How about garbage?
Basura.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there it is, guys. So let's go back to, thank you, Coach Gogue, for your thoughts. Before we tackle this co-main event, let's tackle Los's statement. Did you get to see that fight, Coach? Or didn't you have a fight to go to?
Which fight?
It was Greg Norman Jr.'s title-winning effort. He captured the vacant WBO title.
Oh, it's Brian Norman, not Greg.
I'm sorry, Ryan Norman. My apologies, guys. I'm talking about the golfer, Qingao, against Giovanni Santillan, in which, boy, he let his
I talked about that last week, Joe.
Oh, that's right. You did talk about it last week.
Yeah, that he ain't got no defense. He never made no adjustments, made no defensive adjustments, and he kept on getting hit by them uppercuts, right uppercuts, left uppercuts. Yeah, straight right hands, man. He just never made the adjustments defensively, and he kept getting hit by the same punches. And when you get hit, you keep getting hit with the same punches with a good puncher like Norman, you're gonna get hurt. And after the second round, like I was saying last week, I looked in his eyes, Norman's face. I was looking at his facial expressions to see if that hard pressure was bugging him, bothering him. And it wasn't. He was nice and relaxed, kept his cool, and just like I said, picked his shots. Waited for them uppercut openings to occur, the straight right hands, the body shots, and just picked them apart, man. As the fight went on, he was breaking the other guy, Santillan, down, because that guy never could make the defensive adjustments he needed to, in stopping that onslaught of uppercuts he was getting hit by, or the straight right hands. Okay, Norman kept on tattooing them with that shit, and you you keep on hitting the rock, it's gonna crack, and that's what happened. That guy's a tough guy, but you can't be taking them punches like that, especially them uppercuts. One of the most violent, brutal weapons in boxing, them uppercuts, the right or left one, coming right up the middle where you don't see it, busts your nose up, your chin, or whatever. That guy was a bloody mess after the fight, and he just had one game plan: overpower you, run you over, and make you quit by breaking your will. But he didn't understand the strong will, the mental toughness that Norman had. It was a great win for Norman, man. Yeah, it was but it's the lack of making those defensive adjustments. You know what I mean? He one after the other, Joe. He kept getting hit by them uppercuts. Jesus Christ, man. But anyway.
There it is, guys. So congratulations to Brian Norman Jr. for, making the announcement that, hey, guys, I'm here and I've arrived on the big stage. It's going to be interesting to see what his promoter actually does from this point forward at 147 pounds, because it seems to be wide open with all of the meat basically moving up, all the badasses moving up, with the exception of Jerron Boots Ennis. It's going to be interesting to see. Let's see. Here to there. Thanks for hanging with us, my friend. He says, glad to see Coach confirming this. Zhang is too tough of an assignment for this version of Deontay Wilder. Coach, do you agree with that?
Zhang is too tough of an assignment?
Yep.
Oh, fuck, man. The dude's getting millions of dollars, so who gives a shit? Come on, man. Look where Wilder's at. He's at the end of his career. You cash this motherfucking ass out. Gives a fuck, man.
Yeah, Adam Hurley. I think Wilder just picked the wrong guy. He had no say in it, guys. He
had no say in it, man. Wilder wants the big paydays. Who's going to give me the most money? Okay, I'll take it. How much is he getting, Joe? $5 million?
Oh, boy. He's getting more than that, brother.
What, 10?
Close to it.
Oh, shit. Come on, man. You don't turn. Wilder ain't no dummy. He don't need an accountant. He don't need a fucking accountant to know, hey, this is a great opportunity. Shit. Yeah, you just take the money. That's what we're in this business for, man. For these big money opportunities.
There it is. There are only two reasons why you get in this business, James. First one, to make money. Second, to make more money. Yep. That's it. That's it, guys. Make no mistake about it. Legacy, trinkets, that shit's for fans, guys. Fighters, everyone involved want money. That's it.
That's it.
Delusional D, gonna get starts. Thank you, Big Luke. Welcome to the show, sir. And happy Memorial Day weekend to you. We know you got the day off tomorrow. That's the reason why you're up so late with the coach. And you know what, brother? It's good to see you, my friend. Big Luke, we call him family on this show. Teach, welcome to the show, sir. He says 50-50 fight to me, guys. Both Zhilei Zhang as well as Deontay Wilder looked bad in their last fights, respectively. Whoever lands a big shot first wins. I can't disagree with that one, Coach.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Whoever lands first.
There it is. There it is. Spoken very well. Oh, boy. And let's see. All the fights on Saturday's card are good ones. Yes, they are, sir. Hamzah Sheeraz versus Ammo Williams is a great fight. So is Raymond Ford versus Nick Ball. Yes, it is. Coach Gogue, before we tackle those, let's go to the co-main event, which is going to be Filip Hrgovic. The Croatian sensation El Animal is going to come to the ring at age 31. Fights out of the orthodox stance, stands 6'6" tall in the center of the ring from Zagreb, Croatia. He comes in the ring with a perfect record. 17 wins, 0 losses, 14 big wins coming by way of knockout. Coach Gogue, is Filip Hrgovic the goods?
From what I've seen, when he fought, what is that, Zhang?
Zhilei Zhang.
Yeah, he had to come back in that championship rounds to win the fight because that fat Chinaman got tired. And so, yeah, does he move the needle for me? Move the needle? That Hrgovic, he's a good puncher. Yeah, he's fighting Dubois, so yeah, it's an evenly matched fight. Dubois has gotten better, his last few fights. So yeah, it's a good matchup, man. Yeah, and Dubois is a good puncher himself too. So yeah, it's gonna be a good. Yeah, it'll be a good scrap because it's both evenly matched. So yeah. So it'd be all right. Yeah. Am I big fans of these two guys? Oh hell no, I can give a shit. But I know they're evenly. It's an evenly matched fight, and when fights are evenly matched, they're usually competitive and entertaining. So we'll see.
Yep, guys, it's the heavyweight division. He's going to be taking on Daniel Dynamite Dubois. They call him Triple D. He's going to come to the ring at age 26. Fights out of the orthodox stance, stands 6'5" inches tall in the center of the ring. From Greenwich, London, UK, he comes to the ring with a fine record of 20 wins, 2 losses, both losses by way of knockout, and 19 big wins coming by way of knockout. He's got 2 hammers, but brittle resolve. Coach Gogue, is that the biggest knock on Triple D, Daniel Dubois? Is that his mental toughness?
Well, he's gotten better the last couple of fights. He gave Usyk a good fight. I just thought Usyk, the experience of Usyk, down the stretch, was a difference. Then I can't remember who else. Who did he knock out? Joe Joe Joyce.
No, he lost to Joe Joyce. That's where he suffered his very first.
No, his rematch. He had a good knockout. I can't remember against who. I can't remember.
Against Big Baby Jarrell Miller, that juiced up Michelin tire guy.
And another fight, he had a good win. So yeah, his confidence.
Arena. Yep.
His confidence levels up, man. You know what I mean? He's improved. I've seen as a fighter. He's grown. He's matured. So like I said, it's an even matchup for both guys, and it should be a good fight. Should be
Adam Hurley also says, go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead.
Adam Hurley also says, I got Hrgovic. Dubois would have to show as much heart as he did in the Jarrell Miller fight. He might not know that. Yeah.
Plus, Ronnie's a superior trainer too. Who trains at Dubois? I can't remember. I don't know, but Ronnie's the best.
Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
No, who?
No. I'm going to look it up while you're talking.
Ronnie's a better trainer. I don't give a fuck who they got in the corner. Okay, Ronnie's a better strategist. He's a better teacher. He's a better game planner. Okay, and he's a better corner guy.
Tell you what, I actually like Daniel Dubois' trainer. I just looked it up, and it's Don Charles.
Who?
Don Charles, old school boxing dude. He used to help out at the Kronk.
Don Charles, I don't know the guy. He used to. Are you sure, Joe? I don't know the guy.
Yep, Don Charles.
Well, we'll see.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, Don Charles. That's him. He's actually training Daniel Dubois. Now, I don't remember him ever being lead trainer for a lot of guys. Oh, that's right. He's mostly known for training Derek Chisora. That's it. He now owns a gym called Punch London. So but we'll see how far this takes him.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a good fight, but let's see what happens.
Teach says this also, hard one to call. Yes, it is. Actually, I love Filip Hrgovic in this fight, but we'll find out what Coach Gogue thinks. 5, final fact or fiction, sir. Filip Hrgovic will stop Daniel Dubois this Saturday and become the IBF heavyweight champion. Fact or fiction, sir?
I have no idea, Joe. I haven't even studied it. I didn't even know they were fighting until you told me today. And I could give a fuck about both of these motherfuckers. Okay, they don't. Then I don't make. I ain't getting a check for them. These bitches. So fuck them both. I just want to. I'll watch it just to see. I want to see if I could get it over here. If it's on the zone, yeah, I can't. I don't get that shit in Mexico. So hopefully it's on ESPN Plus over here.
Yeah,
I'll watch
I think it was. it's supposed to be televised for free. This one isn't going to be on pay-per-view. Well, at least it's not slated to be on pay-per-view, but I don't know after all the money that they lost in the last event. I hope it's still on ESPN, but we'll find out towards the end of the week, especially with all the press events. They're supposed to have the grander rivals tomorrow.
Nobody gives a shit about this fucking fight. All right, there's no buzz, no enthusiasm, and nobody gives a shit about these fights.
Oh boy!
Look, the main event was Better BF and Bivol. Everybody was getting excited about that, but when that fight fell through, this whole card went down the toilet, man. They're just trying to salvage this shit. You know what I mean?
You mean you're not thrilled about seeing Dmitry Bivol versus Malik Zinad?
Like I said, I wanted to see Bivol and Better BF. Okay, that's the fight I wanted to see. But when that went down the toilet, yeah. I mean, you're getting the leftovers now.
Coach, there are a lot of rumors swirling around the boxing community that this may be it for Artur Beterbiev. Once again, he seems to be injury prone, and he suffered a torn meniscus. What do you think that's caused from, Coach?
Hell, I don't know, man. Probably overtraining. I don't know. It happens in boxing. Guys get injured. It's just the nature of the sport. They're high performance athletes. When high performance athletes, they usually get injured and everything, man. That's good. That's why it's good to have a physical therapist that knows what the fuck he's doing. So when you get injured, you keep the injury to a minimum. You know what I mean? Or try to get rid of it if you can. Yeah. There
it is. How many fighters do you know of go in with a clean bill of health in every major fight?
One's not too many, not too many and everything. That's why, with modern sports medicine, if you got a good physical therapist, if you get injured in camp, they can, as long as it ain't major, they can prevent it from getting worse or even heal it, heal it and get better during camp. Yeah.
There it is, guys. There it is. And final thoughts very quickly. Do you have an opinion on Raymond Ford versus Nick Ball for the WBA featherweight championship?
Yeah, it's a good fight I'd like to see. Ball got ripped off, screwed over when he fought Beltran. So, yeah, it's a good first title defense for Ford. You know what I mean? Yeah, if I could watch that fight, I'll watch it and everything. Yeah.
Also, go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you have an opinion on Sheeraz versus Emma Williams? 2 undefeateds.
That's a good fight, too. You got 2, upcoming prospects fighting each other. Yeah, that's always intriguing. Who's the other guy? I know Emma Williams. Who's that other fuck? What's the name?
Sheeraz. Hamzah Sheeraz.
Where the fuck's he from?
He's from the UK. He's from Essex.
Fuck it. Who the fuck is he?
He, I think, is going to whoop that ass. He's going to beat Emma Williams. That's my opinion. But once again, guys, I'm not the coach. I don't have his set of eyes. But
I don't know. I've never seen that Sheeraz.
Is a more complete fighter.
I haven't seen that motherfucker fight. That Sheeraz. What is he? What is he? Egyptian or Palestinian or what? Huh?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't know. But he he was born in Berkshire, United Kingdom. He's now residing out of Ilford, Essex, UK. I don't know what his ethnic background is.
What's the record?
His record is 19-0 with 15 knockouts. He's age 25.
Who's his promoter?
He's 6'3" middleweight. His promoter is Frank Warren, Queensberry.
Oh, Frank knows how to build them motherfuckers up. Okay,
Yep.
He knows how to build them paper tigers up. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah. Yep, he's a Hall of Famer for a reason, guys.
He's 6'3". I've never seen this.
160.
And it don't make a fucking difference because when you get the right distance and you're in punching range, you could once you get hit on that chin, it ain't gonna make a difference. But anyway, well, I never seen. I know who Emma Williams is, okay, but I don't know who the fuck that whatever that guy's name is, that Taliban or whatever that motherfucker is.
Taliban.
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm corrected. James now says yes, it's on DAZN pay-per-view in the US. Out of necessity now, guys. Look, that sucks. And that really sucks. Yes, Adam Hurley has the beat. Sheeraz is a total badass. Yes, he is. And he goes, yes, lap my ass off. The Taliban.
Well, whatever.
Sheeraz is a badass. Yep. Guys, but it's going to be a great card. Once again, guys, please do not steal it. The future of this sport hangs in the balance. And if you steal this shit, it's going to go away. I can't.
Hey, Joe, that guy's name is Shabazz.
Yeah. His name is Hamzah Sheeraz. Sheeraz. Yep.
Haraz. Motherfucker. Sounds like some fucking Hamas terrorist to me.
Hamzah Mohammed Sheeraz is his name, brother.
All right. We'll see. We'll see if what is it? We'll see if this motherfucking Quaizi, whatever his name is, can fight. Yeah.
Shabang. Yep. He's a bad dude. I'm telling you. I think you're gonna be very impressed when he whoops that ass over undefeated Emma Williams.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yep, I tell you what, Coach Gogue is one brutal, brutal dude, and we love
man,
it.
them Frank Warren fucking paper tiger. That's why I asked you who's this promoter. And when you said Frank Warren, I said, "Oh, okay." That's all I needed to know. All them fucking Frank is good at building guys up. Okay, he's good at building motherfuckers' records up with soft opposition. You know.
You mean like Tommy Fury?
No, I'm talking about like Daniel Dubois when he quit that first time. All right, and other guys I seen Frank. Frank's good though, man. He's good at building them dudes up. You know, so
it's all about building attractions in this business. Tell you what.
Yeah. Shabazz or sure, whatever that. Sure, I'll check him out. Yeah.
Hamzah Sheeraz. Yep.
Sure, whatever. All right.
Yeah. I like it more when you call him Taliban.
Yeah, whatever that fucking Hamas. Fucking Hamas guy, whatever his name is.
Hamas. Holy shit, I'm gonna piss my pants, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, Chingao, I can't take anymore. Gogue, we're at the end of the line. Any parting shots for our listening audience, my friend? While we gotta hurry.
That's
I'm
only
gonna piss my pants, dude.
That's the only fights we got coming up. No Top Rank or Golden Boy or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Let me ask you this before we let you go. Do you have any thoughts on Christian and Willy? The 30 seconds that we saw him last night, his future at 168.
I like him. He's an aggressive, physical, minded, straight ahead pit bull. He don't fuck around. He ain't scared to mix it up. And once he gets that distance, boy, bombs away. He throws every punch with bad intentions, man. Okay. Yeah, he's that guy he fought last night was, nothing. But the fight before when I seen the guy, he does have holes in his defense, and they're talking about that guy's perfectly tailor-made for Canelo because of his aggressive forward style, but he leaves himself open for counters. And Canelo would exploit that motherfucker and break him down and knock his ass out and bigly and send his ass back to where is he from? Jamaica or Trinidad? I don't know, or where the fuck's he from?
France.
Haiti.
Christian and Willy's from France.
He's from France? Oh,
yes,
okay. Sir. But but Canelo, right now, I think Canelo still has a lot in something in his tank to beat that guy because of that guy's just aggressive physical pressure. And to me, he's wide open for counters, man. You know what I mean? For Canelo's style of fighting. Now, other guys out there, Benavidez, he'll give Benavidez a tough fight. But Benavidez is a pinpoint, accurate counter puncher himself. You know what I mean? And oh yeah, I like him, man. But Canelo, I still think he's got something left in his tank. But I don't know, man. To me, that would be a great fight, him and Canelo. It'd be like Kirkland, reincarnation of Kirkland and Canelo. You know what I mean? Kirkland's aggressive, physical style, lack of defense. I don't think this guy got good defense. When you start right now, he's attacking these guys, but these guys don't have the skills to hurt him or fire back on him. But you ain't got to worry about Canelo. He has the skills to hurt this guy, and the skills to break this guy down. So it would be a great fight, stylistic matchup. Because the couple of fights I've seen the guy, he's a pit bull, physically, physical, aggressive, throws his punches with bad intention, explosive. Oh yeah, that and Billy, yeah. But from the fight I saw before, I seen holes in his defense Canelo can exploit. Oh yeah. If I was Canelo, that would be a good opponent. But man, what the fuck does he bring to the table? Nobody fucking knows who he is. You know what I mean? At least Berlanga, he could get Puerto Rico behind that fraud. But and Billy, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
there it is, guys.
You get Puerto Rican, he could get Puerto Rican, the Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico, great boxing fans, they'll support Berlanga and Canelo. As long as how long it will last. Yeah, Canelo wants to take fights like that, man, guys. That it means something where he has a fan base that will back him. You know what I mean? And Canelo has a fan base of back him, but a guy like him, non-ticket seller, who the fuck cares, man? Knockout, beat David Benavidez. Okay, then you'll create some buzz. This is the kind of guy that's going to have to beat good fighters to warrant these big fights. Okay, not that that half-ass fighter he fought yesterday where he knocked him out in 30 seconds. This guy's going to have to fight some good names, and who's his promoter? Eye of the Tiger, or Top Rank, or Eye of the Tiger?
Camila Stefan, Eye of the Tiger.
Well, they're gonna have to come up with some money to pay these guys, the good name opponents, man, to get onto the scene. See, Joe, you want to fight good fighters, and nobody knows you. You got to beat the good fighters that are up there. But anyway, I like that. And Billy, he's a good. He's fan friendly, TV friendly, action, physical. Has that I'm going for the knockout mentality. Yeah, man, how could you not like the fucking guy? But still mainstream don't know who the fuck he is. As a boxing fan, I do. I know the fuck. He's from France, you said?
He's originally from France. Now he resides out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Okay. I know. I've never heard of I never heard of this bitch until a few fights ago.
Well, I tell you what. Now, once again, Coach Gogue is professing the God's honest truth in accordance to the Don Chargan Handbook of Promoting. The only way you're going to build the market value, increase the market value of a non-ticket seller, you've got to stick him in tough.
Yep.
That's it. Coach Gogue knows exactly what he's talking about. Once again, that's why we love him on this show. He knows everything about boxing, guys, not just what goes on in the ring, but outside of it as well. He's been through it all.
But look, Joe, in order to fight this guy,
thank you once again, brother.
Order to fight this guy, the big names, you're gonna have to pay him. They're not gonna, and you're gonna have to pay him more than Billy. Yeah.
Yep. That's it, guys. That's it. And Coach Gogue,
I thought Top Rank was his promoter too.
Well, they may be co-promoting him, but his primary promoter is Camila Stefan and Eye of the Tiger. Yep.
All right.
There it is, guys. There it is. And he's got a very good trainer, Mark Ramsey. Same trainer as on Arthur Peterbiev. Excellent trainer.
Okay.
But yeah, Coach Gogue's right, though. You're going to have to stick him in with a live body for anyone to start noticing him. That's how it works, guys.
That guy's TV friendly, though, man. I like him. Meaning,
he is.
He's going to put on great TV fights, man. Now, just find motherfuckers that are durable and tough to give him them rounds. But if he wants some big names, they're gonna They know it though. I don't need to tell what's that guy's name is Stefan. I mean, he's been in the business a while, man. He knows that shit. You know, he knows
Stefan's
it.
a very smart guy. Yep.
That's why he's partnering up with Aram, you know, where they got the money from ESPN to, promote this dude.
That's it. So you mean he's a fan-friendly fighter and a good TV fighter, unlike Jack Catterall?
I don't know. I didn't see that fight yesterday, man. So
for a good reason. Once again, I heard. Well, look, it was a pretty good fight. It really was. It was a lot better than the first one. But do either guy, do they have a future at 140 pounds? Do they make any noise at 140 pounds? Either Josh Taylor, well, former undisputed champion, or Jack Catterall. Do they do anything in this version of 140, sir?
Josh Taylor had his best days behind him, okay? And this other guy, he don't show me nothing. That moves the needle. Okay, 140-pound champions. You know, you're talking about Matias, bad motherfucker. Come on, man. And they got Haney and whoever else is fucking champion. I don't know.
Teofimo Lopez. Yep.
Oh, Pitbull. Oh God, that's a fucking monster to deal with, man. Teofimo, he's a monster too. Yeah, man. I mean, come on, man. Yeah,
best of luck.
Fuck no. Yeah, fuck no, man.
And because he can't sell tickets, best of luck, Jack Catterall.
Yeah.
Best of luck, Eddie Hearn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's their problem.
Inflated purses, can't sell tickets, not Gogue's problem.
Yeah.
And there it is, guys. On behalf of the great James Gogue, I'm Joseph Herron. You've received an education from Coach James Gogue, care of War Week Boxing. Have a great week, everybody.
Holdings proudly presents War Week Radio with 5-decade fight trainer, Coach James Gogue.